Hi everyone, Nico here. Just gonna go over a quick index recap that I took on January 14th. So on this setup, we have a few key things here on the heat maps, right? So if we draw the range of the major volume over here on SPY and QQQ, what we notice is, okay, both SPY and QQQ are approaching these floor levels at 616 and 687. So SPY, you could argue that possibly 686 was also a bit of floor, but do have huge volume here at 687, so that's where I was considering we have good alignment across these floor nodes. On SPX, we kind of have this stack here from 6900 to 6890, where price can sort of come in and bounce off of. Now, this wasn't my favorite setup due to SPX having this concerning 6850 node, but due to SPY and QQQ really having no volume under these floors I mentioned earlier, uh, what I was doing is biasing and saying, okay, sure, this is a concerning node, but due to two out of the three indexes not having any further downside at all, I was viewing this as low likelihood of playing out and having price actually drop anywhere near there. So at this point, I was viewing, okay, 616 as our sort of floor for the day, 687, same thing. And we're having a pretty strong floor pair of nodes here on SPX at 6900, 6890. Also, from a chart perspective, SPY, so if we zoom out here quite a bit, was hitting a pretty key support resistance level where we had a high wick form on December 22nd or December 23rd, which we rejected off, bounced off later in the month, and also bounced and held on January 5th. So combining just all those factors gave me enough confidence to take this bounce here. I actually missed like the pure bottom, so I got in sort of we pumped got a strong reaction off 615.8, pushed about a dollar, but then retraced back down to 616, and then so that's where I entered right at the beginning of this candle here, of this strong candle. So got an entry around here on the green arrow, took a first trim here. I was up 30% like within minutes, and later held to this pullback and further upside and sold the second batch of my position, I believe at 50%. So 30% trim, then 50% trim. Obviously, this move didn't last much longer. SPY, I didn't play on SPY, but obviously likely would have had slightly higher profits. We had a bit of divergence here, and it was definitely quite a bit weaker on the day. But again, that's not always something we can anticipate. So it's regardless with the manner I was trimming, on either side would have had profits. So yeah, that was a quick recap of the trade I took here. So I took naked calls on QQQ. I coincidentally also took a spread an SPX on this side, so that one I was able to hold whole day just because that same level I was marking out on SPY and QQQ held all day. So even though we came down and chopped for a good chunk of the day, um, I had pretty good confidence that we wouldn't drop much lower and that the 6850 would just tail off into end of day. And then sure enough, that tailed off, and then we later got a pretty large move upwards into end of day. So yeah, hopefully this helped. Thanks.